little bit of grown folk advice, man, as you're maneuvering out here in life. It's important to always understand why you're doing what you're doing. Man, life is full of so many distractions, and it's real easy to forget why you're doing what you're doing, why you're getting up early, why you're staying late, you know, why you want to start that business, or why you want to leave your job, why you want to quit your job and start a whole another career, or again, start a business, sell a product. Like, why do you want to do that? Why is that thing burning in you? You know what I'm saying? And knowing why you want to do what you're doing is key. That's the one thing that you're going to keep in front of you, knowing what your why is. So every day I'm waking up, a few of my whys are: one, following God's plan; two, my wife; three, my kids. Those are right there in front of me. Then I can go on like my mom and, just other, tertiary and things that I would rank a little bit lower per se. Not less important, but just rank them differently. So my priorities are my immediate family and following God's plan. So when I get frustrated, we all get frustrated, get down, get sidetracked. I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that gives me a little bit of energy in that moment, of frustration, that moment of doubt. It gives me, a little pep in my step to say, hey, you've been here before. You've been in the struggle before. You've been in a fight before. You built for it. You know how to win. You won before. And it's the same. Such a decision at 17 years old, to join the military, it's kind of interesting. At 17, I was like, yeah, that's the thing I want to do. And of course, I was uncertain then. But hey, 20 years in and retired, I can say that was a good decision. And a lot of my friends said it was a bad decision. And the majority of my friends did not join. And they thought it was a bad decision. And a lot of them, on campus partying and doing all these different things, enjoying their life, which is cool. Not mad at any of those things, any of those choices. But to this day, a lot of them will say, man, I should have joined. And I think to myself, like, you could have. You had the same choice that I had, So you may see something right now. You may have a vision for something that maybe doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, you're doing your research and you're writing it down on paper and it's coming together and it's making more sense to you, man. And you got your whys in front of you. I say give it a shot. Give it a shot. Now for me, I hear other people's stories where they say, man, I packed everything up, I moved to California and I became a Hollywood star. Man, that's great. That's not my story. That's not my story. My greatness has come along the way of steadily working, steadily, putting myself in position to pay off debt and start my businesses on the side. That worked for me. That worked for me. I was not going to put my family at risk. Of, hey, we're just going to roll the dice right here. We're going to take this month's mortgage money and put it into this particular thing right here and believe that it's going to work. That wasn't my path, and that's not my story to say, hey, I put everything on the line, mortgage money and all. That wasn't my path. That's not what I chose to do. I chose to go the steady route. While you're working, use that money instead of buying a bunch of clothes and shoes. Use that as capital. You can be self-funded. You can self-fund your dreams. But you got to keep your whys in front of you. Because again, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get down. So you got to keep those whys right in front of you. Whys as in W-H-Y. And I'm sitting here as I'm traveling in a Model Y. And my mind is like, hey, you got this Model Y for one of your businesses. And I remember starting the business, and you got to do business, which is crazy to me, right? So great personal credit history, score and all of that. But I started a new business, and I'm going to my bank with the new business and the idea that I have for the business, and they're saying, oh, you can't get a loan for a car in the business name because the business doesn't have any credit. That's a whole nother story. But I didn't let that deter me. I got the car in my name. You know what I'm saying? I started the business anyway, without the help of a loan per se. But that wasn't, putting everything on the line and mortgaging the whole family and hoping that it works. In our business now, we're over 2 years old. Piece to make it better, marketing. What are all the free things that you can do? What are those things? So we're doing all those things. And it's just back to the whole keeping your whys in front of you, man. It's gonna get tough as an entrepreneur. It's gonna get tough. Just as a parent, as a dad, as a, whatever, you're head of household, it's gonna be tough out here. You gotta keep working. Can't worry about what anybody else is doing. Huge key. Not worrying about what anybody else is doing. That's a huge distraction right there. And you may not do it outright or on purpose, but it's easy to, like I'm out here traveling, it's easy to look at the cars in the other lanes. And if you're looking at the other cars, focus on your direction, on where you're going, and make sure you're staying in your lane. You're looking at all the details of the other cars in the other lanes. Yeah, you see them. Of course you see them. We're out here on the highway, right? Or you're out here in the business world, or you're just out here in the world, period. Yeah, you see people weaving in and out of your lane. But you're confident and you have enough following distance. Or in life, you're making good enough decisions and you're not overly connected with the wrong people that, you're able to hit the brakes when you see them make a bad move in your lane. Yeah. You're able to hit those brakes and change lanes when it's necessary. Shift when it's necessary. Pivot when it's necessary. Yeah. And you're not looking for anything overnight. A lot of people are looking for things overnight. Yeah, they got their why. They know why they're doing what they're doing. They believe in a particular thing that they're doing, but they want it overnight. And if that happens for you, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. You started something today, and then tomorrow you're on national television, and you got orders in for your product. Everybody's booking you. Man, that's great. I hope that happens for you. And I love hearing those stories, and I'm encouraged by those stories. But don't be discouraged by those stories either, because it didn't happen for you. Just know that it's possible. It can happen. If you're working and moving forward, I don't think there's anything that you can't really have, honestly. You're working. You're moving forward. You're following the principles, paying off debt, living inside your means, saving money, making wise investments. I don't think you can go wrong in life. I think you're going to literally fall into success, but you didn't really fall in because you're following the principles. You're going to have good credit. You're going to have a great savings account because you're following these principles. It's almost like you just have no choice but to be successful. And success is not defined by a car, a house, the number of children you have. Those things are not, that's not what success is, Your success may look different from mine. I heard a story of a pastor praying for some people in another country or whatever, and they was praying like, oh, you're gonna have, nice house and this and that, and cause they were living in huts or whatever, and the man was like, hey, I'm already blessed. Like, what do you mean I'm gonna be blessed? Say, hey, we got food, we got shelter with the hut, he got his family, so he's already blessed. So when I heard that story, it was like, man, you're right. Who says that those, material things are a blessing? That's kind of like an Americanized blessing or definition of you're blessed because you have on a nice necklace, name brand clothing, 8 cars and a 4-car garage, those are byproducts of financial decisions, but that doesn't define success. I mean, you're successful. Let's say you're married, you and your wife locked in together. That's success. Y'all are locked in on the same page, moving forward in life. Man, you're a success. For real, that's a success. You, your wife, or your husband, and your kids, y'all one unit moving together on the same page. That's success to me. Or you're single. You in your right mind. You're making good decisions financially, morally, spiritually. Man, you're successful. I don't care if you live in a home with your parents or you have a 1-bedroom apartment. Man, you are a success. And the success ladder, there are many rungs. And you're not at the bottom. But guess what? If you were at the bottom of the success ladder, guess which ladder you're on? Yeah, the success ladder. And you just keep climbing step by step. And those steps are decisions that you're making. And you might take a step back or step down on the ladder sometime because of a misstep. You might have slipped, but you're still on the ladder, you're still holding on. And you just keep climbing and you make better decisions next time. I like to say this, don't get stabbed twice. You might get stabbed in the back one time, but you're not gonna make the same decision with that person. You would exit that particular friendship, business relationship, or whatever, because you're not gonna get stabbed in the back twice. We don't do that. We learn from our mistakes. And we don't even hate the people that, quote unquote, stab us in the back. We don't have time to hate anyone, even the people that hate us. We don't even have time to hate them back. I mean, actually, a lot of times we don't even realize the level of hate that is coming our way because we're so focused on our goals, man. And when we are aware of some hate, all we're going to do is say, God bless you, and keep it moving, man. Hey, we praying for y'all, man. Y'all do y'all thing, man. I'm happy for you. That's how I do it. I'm not spending any time, man, on cliques, clacks, folk, individuals, groups, that I don't know how they had the time, to have my name in their mouth. I'm following God's plan. I let God fight all my battles. And really, those people aren't even battles, man. Like, I'm so far out here ahead in life. It's like, you either with it or you're not. And if people choose to cut themselves off from trustworthy assets, from reliable people like myself and my wife, then, hey, man, God bless you, man. Cut yourself on off. But we're in a space to where we're dealing with trustworthy, reliable, loyal people that deserve our time, energy, love, and headspace. Because we're limited in time. 24 hours in a day. Husband and wife. We're parents. We're friends. We're business owners. We're all these different things. So when you give someone space and time, it's valuable. It's valuable. So stop giving away your space and your time to people that don't deserve it. Keep your why in front of you. Stay focused. Stay locked in. You can do it. I believe in you, for one. Sometimes you just need one person to believe in me. I know it's for me. Like my wife cheering for me, hey, we good. You're going to have 300 haters. My wife cheering for me, my wife behind me, which I know she is. You can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. Man, I'm not even concerned with you. And I want you to have that same confidence, that same Godfidence, as my pastor, Ernest Jones, would say. Godfidence, man. Have that confidence, man, that you can do anything. Especially when it's the right thing. Not in a negative way, you can do anything. No, you can't. But in a positive way, you can do anything. You really can. Put your mind to it, your heart. It's morally sound. Yeah, you can do it. It's encouraging. Yeah, you can do it. It's helping others. Yeah, you can do it. So just do it, man. Have a good one.